Don't think that it rained. The good news is that we have survived the eclipse. The world didn't end. That's always a good thing. So we got through that. Now let's see if the Tarpons could get through the top of the first inning, as it's going to be Trosclair, Carson Abear, and Owen Trosclair. It looks like it is. I thought that was Coach Ed Shaw behind the plate, but it is not. I don't know the name of that gentleman.
No, Coach Shaw's on the North Shore. He moved.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize that. Mr. Paul Trahan on the bases. Peyton Trosclair will stand in. That would make sense. We haven't seen him yet this year.
Yeah, 'cause he did a good job.
Yep.
Behind the plate.
Yep, sure did. Well, we got a second. If you did blind yourself today in the eclipse, go and visit our friends at Advanced Eye Institute. Make the right call. Get your eyes checked by Dr. Darby Chasson today. And Mr. Henry Lafont, candidate for Lafourche Parish School Board District 7. Well, not candidate, Victor, the election winner. He wants to thank everybody for supporting him.
Visit him if you hurt your eyes.
That's right. There's a strike 0-1 to Trosclair, and we're underway. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home, and 3T Oil, home of the drive-through oil change. The 0-1 from Worley is lined just over the glove of the shortstop Pierce. And that'll be a leadoff man aboard for the Lions. Line shot by Trosclair.
Yeah, Trosclair just sat back on that one and hard hit ball right above Pierce's glove.
So Carson Abear will stand in. This would be an area that I think would be interesting, Worley, because he doesn't have the velocity. The ball takes a little while to get to the plate. Can they maybe run? Because there's a called strike 0-1. But you got to do with Max Orm if you do, and he's got a really good one.
Worley's last out and did a good job covering bunts.
The 0-1 is a breaking pitch that hits him. That was an issue in the last start. He was able to pitch around some issues there, but the Lions have a couple on with no out as Owen Trosclair will stand in. This is a far lighter home crowd than I thought. Like, there are not a whole lot of Tarpon fans here. There are more CCA fans than Tarpon fans. It's a little disappointing. Trosclair showing bunt. Worley will throw over to second, and the runner's back safe. Coach Joe Touton to our right in the visiting dugout, giving some direction to his base runners and to his hitter, Owen Trosclair, trying to help himself out. Showing bunt. It's the pitch. He gets it down on the left side of the infield. Vedra's got a throw. No chance. And the throw gets by the first baseman, and the Lions are on the board. Just an ugly start to the game for South Lafourche. CCA applying some early pressure. I'll give Trosclair an infield single, and then an error will go on the throw on the ricochet out.
Yeah, the grass on the infield looks kind of thick, so the ball is going to slow down a little. And if you're playing back at either base, pitcher or catcher's got to Worley would have to a long way to field that ball, and it's gonna be tough if you bunt some balls down the line to cover.
Yeah, just great execution there by Trosclair. It's 1-0 Lions as Brennan Champagne will stand in. With runners at first and second, still no out. Worley's pitch, he shows bunt, pulls back, and it's in the dirt, 1-0. Good block by Mack. The Lions bluffed like they were going to maybe get active, but then they retreat. The Lions have some big games before the postseason. Get ready, including this one. This is bunted to the left side. Vedra's got to make a throw. They get him by a step, so that's a clean sacrifice. There'll be one out, and there will be runners at second and third. And, Brian, the one thing that stands out right away, want to be one of the best teams in the state, execute. 2 clean bunts to start the game.
Exactly, the little things. Execute on the little things.
Tristan Rogers will now stand in. Coach Joe telling Rogers just ground ball, be an RBI and a run. There's a called strike on a nice breaking pitch from Worley, 0-1. Cooper would love a strikeout. He would love a pop-up here. Tarpon's infield in the middle, playing back. They're willing to concede the run for an out. The 0-1 is a breaking pitch that did not
man.
move and hit him right in the back. The bases will be loaded. So now Nate Loop will stand in, the right fielder for the Lions. Mack is going to go talk to Worley. I don't know that Cooper's all that comfortable, right? He asked for the little piece of equipment to get the cleats right. He's kind of finagling with that right now.
Not sure if they calling inside pitches or if the ball's just getting away from them. But that's the same thing that happened last game.
Loop stands in. Worley's first one is outside 1-0. I want to thank Golden Motors, where price is priority, and Absolute Fitness, a health and fitness center open 24/7, 17092 West Main Street in Cutoff. As there's a pitch that's inside, 2-0. No place to put him, the 2-0. There's a called strike, 2-1. Tarpons would like a sharp ground ball right at the first baseman. They would come home and maybe get a double play. The 2-1. Lined to Worley. He will go home for one. That'll work. So the Tarpons get the second out of the inning. Worley thought for a second about maybe trying to go to second and get a double play, then realized, hey, there's a force at every base. Makes the right decision. Gets it home for the out.
Heads up play by Worley, recognizing the situation.
Now Evan Duplantis will stand in. Boy, if the Tarpons could get out of this only allowing one run, it would feel like a win for South Lafourche. Still got to get the batter here. That one's popped up, and they might get out of it. Johnson calling everyone off. He makes the play, and that'll retire the side. So South Lafourche gets into a big jam, but only surrenders one run. It's 1-0 Lions. We're headed to the home half of the first on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. For South Lafourche in the first inning, we're for sure going to see Jacob Pierce, Brock Johnson, and Jack Leday. But let's get you the home team starting lineup brought to you by Lady of the Sea. As we said, the leadoff batter would be the shortstop, Jacob Pierce. Batting second, the second baseman, Brock Johnson. Batting third, the first baseman, Jack Leday. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Camden Berg. Batting fifth, the catcher, Josh Mag. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Rez Due. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Austin Curel. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Max Vedros. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Tyler Sanders. They're all trying to score runs for Cooper Worley for CCA. Pitching today, Owen Trosclair. Catching him, Peyton Trosclair. The first baseman is going to be Evan Duplantis. The second baseman, Kaysen Perry. The third baseman, Mason Dudek. The shortstop today, Tristan Rogers. In the outfield from right to left, Nate Loop in right. In center, Carson Hebert. And in left, Brennan Champagne. That's the 9 for the Lions, who are in the road red tops with the pinstripe white bottoms. The Tarpons in the home white with the blue trim.
A good job by the Tarpon defense. Defense in the top half of that first, where if I was to tell you they were going to hit two, have one hit, maybe two hits in the inning.
An error.
And only give up one run.
Yeah, it sure felt like it was going to be a huge inning, and the Tarpons really limited the damage, so I agree with that 100%. Jacob Pierce will stand in. Owen Trosclair, the Lion pitcher. Let's see if Owen's a lefty or a righty. He's a righty. The Tarpons could get an early base runner. First pitch of the game is up 1-0.
was watching Trosclair in his warm-up pitches. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, there's a called strike there in the outside corner, 1-1.
He can fire that ball.
I was
and
about
got
to
him
say,
over.
yeah, he's got some velo, man. He surely does. The 1-1 strike pitch. It's chopped on the left side, gloved by the shortstop, has to make a throw, and he does. Got him by a step. So that is a 6-3 ground out. Rogers getting it to Duplantis, and there's one away. Now Brock Johnson will stand in. Was wondering if we might see him on the mound tomorrow against Ellender. Word on the street is he's going to throw Thursday against Vanderbilt, as that's cut on and miss. And I say word on the street. That's what Chandler told us Friday on play-by-play, making it seem like it's some big secret. The 0-1 is wide, 1-1. I think it might be Lede tomorrow against Ellender. I'm excited to be back at Ellender tomorrow. First time since the storm.
Been a while.
That's wide. 2-1. Two ball and one strike pitch. Cut on and missed. It's 2-2. Well, we have seen in years past the Tarpons hit some long home runs there. No Darren hit a long one there. The 2-2. Outside, and it's full.
Good pitch. Didn't miss by much.
It is overcast, and the wind is blowing, but it is blowing out to left, as that is a swing and a miss, and there's two away. Two quick outs. Now Jack Lede will stand in. See if Jack could square one up and get the Tarpons a base runner in the bottom of the first. Trosclair delivers. It's outside, 1-0.
Peyton Trosclair trying to frame that ball up on every pitch.
Gets the call there, 1-1.
Did a good job on that one.
Yep, he did. Camden Berg is on deck for the Tarpons. No one on and two outs in the bottom of the first inning. Owen Trosclair's pitch is fouled, and it's 1-2. 1-0. CCA leads. Executed a bunt. Throw kind of ricocheted off the glove of the first baseman. Allowed Peyton Trosclair to touch home plate. The 1-2. That's low and in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Two balls and two strikes. The pitch to Jack Lede. That's lined on the first base side, gloved by the first baseman, but the pitcher covers the bag, and that will retire the side. So the Tarpons have a 1-2-3 offensive first inning. We're going to the second. It's 1-0 CCA here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. The second inning, CCA is going to have the bottom of their order, Perry, Ladala, and Trosclair batting against Cooper Worley, with the Lions having a 1-0 advantage. See if Cooper could have a more stress-free second inning than he did the first. And it's blowing our stuff all over the place here. Need some paperweights. First pitch of the second inning from Cooper Worley is low, 1-0. Softball's playing across the way. Do you know the opponent? It looks like maybe Assumption or Ellender. Somebody wearing red. That's a called strike there, 1-1.
I'm not sure.
One ball and one strike. That's hit in the air to center. Curall should be able to get to that one, and he squeezes it, one away. So a lazy fly ball goes into the glove of Curall. That is an F8 fly ball out, as Ladala will stand in. The designated hitter for the Lions. Worley delivers. It's low, 1-0. Trosclair is on deck. Peyton Trosclair, that is. Pitch. That's a called strike, 1-1. One ball and one strike. Worley delivers. That's grounded to Pierce. He gloves it. Got to make a throw, and he does. So 2 quick outs for Worley. We'll set up the leadoff hitter, Trosclair.
Nice job by Pierce coming up, gloving the ball, and had a slight delay in getting the ball out the glove, but still had enough time.
You're right. It doesn't look like the infield is like longer than normal, but I don't know if it's just a little damp or whatever. But the balls off the bat are just dying on that grass.
Yeah, it looks thick.
Yeah. Trosclair will stand in behind him, 1-0.
Ball hit pebbles, and pebbles flew out of it.
Well, the last time we were here, a foul ball flew at, not us, me. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. This one's hitting the air to right. Coming in hard, diving, and not making the play is the right fielder. And heading over to second is Trosclair. Boy, one hell of an effort that time from Resdue. Just couldn't quite get there and get the squeeze on it. He gave it everything he had, but it's going to be a double for Trosclair. Tough luck for Worley. He gets a lazy fly ball, but just couldn't quite get to it.
And give Trosclair credit. He hustled down.
Yeah, he did. He did not assume that it would be an out.
Stretched that into a double.
Which could potentially be big if Hebert could get a hit. He stands in. He was hit by a pitch in his last time up. That's hit a mile. Will the Park hold this one? Going back, it is at the base of the fence. CCA has taken a 2-0 lead on back-to-back doubles. This one from Carson Hebert. It's 2-0 Lions. Thought off the bat there was a chance that that one was going to get out of here, but the Park did hold it. And now Owen Trosclair will stand in.
Look, just the little things.
Taking the extra base.
Trosclair hustling to get that extra base. And
yeah, these guys are good. They passed the eye test through an inning and a half. Trosclair at an infield single his first time up. Breaking pitch, outside, 1-0. Worley takes a peek at the runner. Now comes to the plate. And it hit him. So the third hit batter of the game will create another base runner. And boy, it felt like this was going to be a stress-free inning. Got the first 2 guys out, and then a lazy fly ball to right just drops in no man's land out there off the bat of Peyton Trosclair, and it's caused all of this. 1 run has come across, 2 are aboard. Now Brennan Champagne will stand in. It's a breaking pitch for a strike.
Good pitch.
0-1.
Here's the positive. If you hit people, it's not 7, 8, or 9 in the lineup.
Yeah, fair enough. The 0-1. That's low. 1-1. One thing I'll say is this, and I know we've only seen him for one inning. I don't know how many runs Owen Drosler's going to give up today. He was very electric because that one's hit in the air to right, dropping for a hit. They're coming home. Dewey puts a throw that's off the line, and CCA has taken a 3-0 lead on an RBI base hit off of the bat of Brennan Champagne. When the throw was sailed home, Champagne advanced to second, so it'll be second and third. As now Tristan Rogers will stand in. CCA just puts pressure on you, man. They are always on the go. Worley's pitch is up 1-0. Rogers is a real good athlete, multi-sport guy. That one is on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Worley trying to weave out of this second inning. That one's hit in the air to center, right at Curall, who will put the squeeze on it, and that will retire the side. CCA gets a 2-out rally and adds 2 runs to their tally. It's now 3-0 Lions. We'll be back in a minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
This baby will get your heart racing as much as your slick new devices do. Switch to Rev. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. It's the high-speed internet you need. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev. Internet speed so fast, you're gonna need seatbelts for your sofa. Switch to Rev. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. It's the high-speed internet you need. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev.
Tarpons are going to have 4, 5, and 6. Camdenberg, Josh Mack, and Rez Dewey, who will be standing in against Owen Trosclair with CCA out in front 3-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Let's thank, State Bank and Trust Company, banking you could count on, member FDIC. And a congratulations to our friend Mr. Steve Lafourche, who just retired after a long career there as the bank president. Congratulations in retirement, Mr. Steve. And also congratulations to Mr. Charles Plaisance, who's the new guy carrying the baton out there for State Bank and Trust Company.
2 good guys.
Yep, that one is high, 1-0. To Camdenberg. Trustclair trying to have a shutdown inning. That is a called strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. It's called strike on the lower portion of the zone. There's nothing you could do with that pitch there. Low and outside. That's a perfectly placed pitch, and it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking pitch, too far off. Tried to get framed there by the catcher. Umpire didn't bite. It's 2-2.
Yeah, it was outside. Nice job by the umpire.
The 2-2 is up and it's full. So a good battle. Good job by Camden fighting him. See if he could come through and get the Tarpons their first base runner of the game. And he cannot. Cut on and missed. 1 away. Velo, boy, Trosclair's throwing hard. Though the Tarpons come out here when they're pitching with the velocity guns. I'd love to see the velo gun on Trosclair's. Josh Mack will stand in. It's low, 1-0.
Trosclair's just on the mound. So you want to challenge me?
Yep. Hit this.
Comes back and
that's called strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
Peyton Trosclair again. Good job behind the plate.
I want to say that as that one is foul, look out. On the right side, 1-2. I want to say that's brothers. If so, boy, that got to be cool, catching your sibling.
And he throws it straight to you every time. Yeah.
The 1-2. Breaking pitch inside, and it's 2-2.
Well, you don't have to get up and you go get it behind you every time.
Yeah, there has not been a whole lot of that so far. He's trying to record his third strikeout. Mac trying to get the first hit of the game for the Tarps. The 2-2. Popped up and behind us. And just over the vehicles out there. The iPad stream is safe.
For now.
For now. The 2-2. Outside, and it's 3-2. Okay, down on our table from where the ball hit it last time. That one's lined to third, gloved by the third baseman. Got to make a throw, and he does. Dudek gets him out. That is a 5-3 ground out. As Rezdue will stand in. Good at bat by Mac. He found the barrel, just hit it right at Dudek, as now Rest will stand in. Coach Touton adjusting his defense. They were playing Rest to go opposite field. The scouting report that I would have would be that's a pretty good idea, as that is outside 1-0. We've seen Rest feed that ball to the right side quite a bit this year. That one's low 2-0. Two outs and a 2-0 count. That one's hit on the left side, gloved by the shortstop. Got to make a throw, and he does. Got him by a step, and that'll retire the side. It is a 1-2-3 inning for the Lions, who are protecting a 3-0 lead. We're going to the third. It's 3-0 CCA here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
Education, prevention, care. The Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute was recognized by the Louisiana Athletic Training Association with the President's Award for Excellence in Health and Safety. With a passion for ensuring the well-being of over 23,000 student athletes and covering 1,400 sports events annually, our athletic trainers are dedicated to providing the best care in sports medicine. Discover more about Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute at tghealthsystem.com.
Welcome back here to South Lafourche. The Lions are going to have the bottom of the order, Luke Duplantis and Perry against Worley. Tarpons really need to have a clean defensive inning here. Try to keep some, or build a little momentum, rather, as they're down 3-0. Luke grounded out to Worley, who then flipped it home for the force out. That was in the first inning. Worley's pitch is grounded to the first baseman, who will step right on the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out to Leday. That is a 3 unassisted. Now Evan Duplantis will stand in.
Sure, Coach Touton wanted him to take a few pitches. He didn't look too happy.
There's a called strike 0-1. Yep, the hat's off, and he does not seem to be the happiest, Joe. The 0-1 is low, 1-1. Tarpon learned the hard way the last half inning defensively, as that one's hit in the air and out of play, that they could turn it on at any point in the inning. The Tarpons got 2 quick outs in the top of the second, and the Lions still found a way to get 2 across. Duplantis is going to have to battle back. The 1-2 is outside, 2-2. See if Cooper could get his first strikeout of the game. 2-2. It's hit on a line to right field. That is a fair ball. Dewey is going to go and fish it out, and that's going to be a single. So a base shot for Evan Duplantis. Good two-strike approach for Duplantis. And now Kason Perry will stand in. He hit a fly ball to Curall his last time up. Out in center.
Nice also by Rez Dewey in right field. Holding Duplantis to a single. Ball was hit all the way on the foul line.
Pitches are called strike 0-1. You can hear Chandler shouting good pitch to Worley. Runner takes his lead, the 0-1. That's popped up and out of play, and it'll be 0-2. Day gave it a look, but the park didn't hold it. It's 0-2. To Kason Perry, the second baseman, the pitch. That one's hit on the line to left center. Can anybody chase it down? Curall can. That's a really nice running play there from Austin Curall, and there's 2 away. He made that look far easier than it was, my friend. That was he had to go a long way to get that one.
I didn't see Austin moving to his right catch, and I saw Sanders out and left. And he stopped running, and I said, just stopping because Curall caught the ball.
Adelaide will stand in. He grounded out to Pierce his first time up. This one's popped up. This should be a much easier play for Curall, who will put a squeeze on it, and that will retire the side. So the Lions get a base runner, but nothing on the board. The Tarpons are going to have the bottom of the order. Curall, Vedros, and Sanders trying to work some magic, down 3 on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. To the bottom of the third we go. Austin Curall, who has been very busy out in center field, will lead off against Owen Trosclair, the CCA righty, who has been throwing some darts with the Lions leading 3-0. Let's go to the sponsor sheet, and we could thank Thibodeau Regional Health System, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. Special shout out to Dr. Hughes. She got me back right last week over at Thibodeau Regional. Want to thank the Blue Boot Foundation, driving awareness to childhood drowning. Make a difference. Terrebonne General Health System and the Community Sports Institute, and Ashley Barrios, State Farm in Cutoff. Thank all of them for their support of South Lafourche Athletics.
Got you back right.
Got me back right. That's a scary place for the doctor to be, right?
That's your opinion. I don't know about right. They took care of one issue.
Yes. Yes. The brain surgery will be looming, right?
Yeah.
Curall will stand in. First pitch from Trosclair. He shows bunt. He gets it down. It was bunted a little too hard. He'll get it to the bag for the out. Austin was busting it down the line. Made it a close play out there, but it was just a little bit too much juice on the bunt. As now Vedros will stand in. Tell you what, I'm going to miss watching Austin Curall play. He gives 110%. As this one's chopped to the shortstop.
Oh.
High hop, got to make a throw, and he got him by a step. That was not an easy play for Tristan Rogers. He got a wicked hop there, but he gloved it and still had the wherewithal to make a very nice throw to the first base bag to Duplantis.
Yeah, he was coming up to make the play, and at the last second, and like it hit a rock or something, and ball moved to his left and did a good job.
We almost saw a record. It would have been a 3-pitch inning if Sanders would have swung and put it in play. Instead, we have a ball that I hope isn't next to us, but I don't see it. It's foul, and it's 1-1. Tyler's back in the lineup. Missed a couple of games with like a nerve injury. Got hit against Booker T. That one's hit in the air to right field. A lot of air under that one. Who wants it? The first baseman wants it, and he'll squeeze it, and that'll retire the side. It is a very quick 1-2-3 inning for the Tarpons offense. We're going to the fourth. The Lions lead 3-0 on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
This baby will get your heart racing as much as your slick new devices do. Switch to Rev. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. It's the high-speed internet you need. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev. Internet speed so fast, you're gonna need seatbelts for your sofa. Switch to Rev. No contracts, no data caps, no nonsense. It's the high-speed internet you need. Build your plan at letsrev.com. Let's Rev.
CCA is going to bat in the top of the fourth inning with the top of their order, 1, 2, and 3. Truskler, Hebert, Truskler. Like a doggone law firm. They have been bringing justice to the Tarpon defense so far in the game. Truskler had a double to right his last time up. He's going to stand in. Worley has seemingly found the command in the last couple of innings, as this one is up 1-0. The challenge for the Tarpons is apparent, though. It's going to be hard to even score 3 runs today, much less trying to hold them down the rest of the way. You've been 9 up, 9 down against Strothler, who's been lights out. The 1-0 is low, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. That's called strike, 2-1. Good pitch from Coop.
Yep, a lot of movement on that ball.
2-1, just over the glove of Worley and sneaks through the infield. So that'll be a base hit for Trosclair. Johnson went a long way to try to stop that one from getting into the outfield. Even if he would have kept it out of the outfield, he would not have been able to throw out Trosclair. So it is a solid hit and his third of the game. He's 3 for 3. He's got a big old lead over there. Might be on the move at some point in this at-bat. Not going on the first pitch, which is fisted on the right side, 0-1. Carson Hebert is an RBI double to left his last time up on a ball that, frankly, I thought was a home run off the bat. Sees a breaking pitch for a called strike, 0-2. Really good pitch from Worley. No balls and 2 strikes. And that's by Mack. The runner is going to advance to second. So it'll be 1-2 at the plate, and now a runner in scoring position. Worley delivers. Breaking pitch chopped through the infield. Under the glove of Vedros. They're going to hold up the runner. Probably a wise decision, but the Lions will have runners at the corners and no outs.
Nice job of hitting by Hebert. Waited on that curve.
So a troubling situation here for the Tarpons, and CCA trying to blow this thing open. Trosclair will stand in. 2 on and no out. It's the pitch. Runner was going, and it's chopped foul on the right side, 0-1. Worley in a rough spot, trying to weave his way out of a jam here in the fourth. The 0-1, the runner going again. This one's chopped up the middle to Worley. We'll get it to the first base bag. Looks back, the runner at third. So a good job there by Coop. He did everything right defensively. Looked back, the runner at third. Realized with the runner going on the pitch, couldn't get the force at second. Then just flipped it to first. As a 1-3 put out.
He does a nice job by Worley getting the sure out in that situation.
Champagne will stand in. He had a sac fly and an RBI base hit, so he's got a couple RBI hunting for another. Ground ball to the right side. They're coming home. Played the plate, and he's in there. Just under the tag. So CCA is going to add a run. It'll be runners at first and third. And that is going to be an RBI fielder's choice, with the runner being called safe at home. Rogers will stand in.
Thought it was a good call. Thought he got in there.
Yeah. It was a close play, bang play. One out, runners at the corners.
Good decision by Lede, though, coming to the plate.
Runner goes on the pitch, which is lined foul on the left side.
I said good decision. He didn't hesitate at all. He knew exactly where he was going with it.
Yep, gave the Tarpons a chance defensively. Lions are trying to put a big number up here. The pitch, runner goes, it's low. Mack is going to just put it in his pocket. That's a good idea. So now they will be two in scorer's position, or scoring position rather. The 1-1. That's low. They're coming home. Played the plate. They throw it behind. That ball nearly gets into the dugout. The Lions are going to make it 5-0. And the runner at second advances to third. So starting to come unglued a little bit for the Tarps. We'll see if they could stop the bleeding here. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Rogers. That's low, 3-1.
Yeah, it was good hustle by Mack. Go and get the ball and hurt his throat and got away from him.
That one's chopped foul to be full. Very fortunate that ball didn't sneak into that door of the dugout. 2 runs would have scored if it did. The 3-2. That's hit in the air to left. Chasing him back. Sanders cannot make the play over his glove. That's going to be at least a double. It's an RBI double for Tristan Rogers. It's now 6-0 Lions, who continue to add on. Hit that one on the line. Sanders did everything he could to try to get back out there. Just sailed over his glove. Coach Guitros will call time. See if this is going to be a mound visit or a pitching change. Chandler usually comes out and makes the changes. Let's see.
I believe it's going to be a change.
Yep, there it is. We're going to have a pitching change timeout. We'll tell you the particulars. Let's make it a 1-minute break. The Lions have taken a 6-0 lead in the top of the fourth here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. The South Lafourche pitching change brought to you by Joe Septic Contractors, on call 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. Austin Curall will be coming in from center field to be the new Tarpon pitcher, and Caden Angelette will be coming in from the reserves and will be playing center field. Worley's night is going to be done. Coop just had a little tough luck at times, and CCA was staying back and was putting the ball in play and making some things happen. We'll see if Curall could have a little bit of better luck here, as he'll be facing Loop with a runner at second and one out in the top of the fourth inning. The Lions now leading 6-0.
Yeah, I'm sure. Coach Gitros is seeing how the first couple innings are going, and 6 runs, it might be a little too much.
Curall says, well, I tell you, I'm always interested how guys get loose when they're not in the bullpen and they're in the field. His warm-up tosses looked really doggone good. So he got loose very quickly. We'll see if he could carry that over to the field as Nate Loop will stand in. Rogers is over at second, taking his lead. Curall's pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Mag. Dirt read, they'll head down to third. Close play, but he's in safe. I think that was the right call. Was a little concerned that Rogers would maybe overslide the bag, but he did hold the bag the whole way. Curall's pitch. It's chopped. Foul, and it's 1-1. One ball and one strike to Nate Loop, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Curall's pitch is chopped on the right side, foul, and it's 1-2. Strikeout would be good for the Tarps. Pop-up would be good for the Tarps. CCA's hoping just a fly ball or ground ball up the middle, which would add to their lead. Curall delivers. Breaking pitch popped up, and it's going to be gloved by the third baseman, Vedros. So it's an unproductive out there, and the Tarpons get a big second out.
Nice job by Curall coming in to get the pop-up.
So Evan Duplantis will stand in. He had a base hit to right his last time up. Curall delivers. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Maybe chase that one out of the zone a little. Curall delivers an 0-1. It's low. 1-1.
Didn't miss by much.
Austin trying to get the Tarpons back to the plate in the home half of the fourth inning. CCA has tacked on some runs here in the fourth. The 1-1. It's chopped on the right side. Oh, man, just a bad hop. That's the second game in a row that we see exactly that happen. It happened to Camden Berg the last time the Tarpons played. And this time, Jack Leday falls victim. Boy, just hit a rock or something, then just sailed over his head. That is tough luck there for the Tarpons. And it's going to go as a RBI base hit because he didn't make a play on the ball. Couldn't make a play on the ball.
Leday in perfect position to field the ball, and just a horrible bounce for him.
Perry will stand in. It's inside 1-0. Perry has flown out to the center fielder twice this afternoon.
Ooh.
And he sees a strike, 1-1 on the outside corner. One ball and one strike. Curall takes a peek at the runner. Now comes to the plate. Chopped, foul down the third base line, and it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ural's pitch, breaking pitch, popped up and into the street. Actually, into the ditch. Want to hear maybe the most impressive thing about this CCA team, and you know it, but I'll tell it to you anyway. They only got 1 senior on this group. This is a young bunch.
That's scary.
The 1-2 in the dirt, blocked by Mac. And next year they'll have one of the best shortstops in the area added to the bunch with Cantor from Central Lafourche transferring over. So it's going to be a very interesting couple of seasons for them.
He's there now?
Yes, the 2-2 is foul. Yeah, mid-season transfer. That's a big bat in the middle of the lineup. That's a Nichols commitment in the middle of the lineup that they'll be adding.
I think that's what they need.
Yeah, right. The 2-2 is up. We were joking on play-by-play. For those who didn't listen, we were joking about the aliens coming on the eclipse, and then I made the statement. I said, well, the problem is Joe will find one that throws 90 and we'll throw them. So that's just the way it goes. The runner at first is going to be moving on this 3-2 pitch from Curall, which is outside, and it'll be a walk and another base runner for the Lions. Ladala will stand in.
Ladala?
Yeah, I think. 7-0 Lions. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. The designated hitter stands in.
That's going to be Mason Dudek, I believe.
Oh, yep, you're right. Dudek is going to get a swing. Good catch. Dudek is a guy who throws a lot for the Lions as well. Now he's going to get a chance to swing the bat. And they're going to run 11 for Duplantis. Let me tell you who 11 is. Pull out the lineup card. 11 for CCA is Cooper Arsenault. Drell's pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Chased one in the dirt to Dudek.
Harry at first base got to be careful. He took in a secondary lead.
Big old lead, yep. Matt could easily throw back behind him. The 0-1. Chopped foul, and it'll be 0-2 on the left side. So Curall trying to get out of this tough spot in the 4th inning. Dudek trying to get a 2-out base hit with a runner in scoring position. Lions trying to tack on. They have applied nothing but pressure in the early stages of the game. No balls and 2 strikes. Breaking pitch in the dirt, blocked by Mac. A good job there by Josh, and it's 1-2. Tarpons are back at it tomorrow at Ellender, the final road game of the season for South Lafourche. 4 o'clock first pitch there. The 1-2. Grounded to Pierce at short. Charges. Got to make a throw. Got him by a half step or so. And that will retire the side. So the Tarpons get out of the jam, but CCA adds on. It's 7-0 Lions. We're going to the bottom of the 4th on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Tarpons are going to flip the lineup card over. It's going to be Pierce, Johnson, and Leday still trying to get their first base runner of the game against Owen Trosclair, who has been lights out good on the mound. I know as broadcasters we're not supposed to mention things, but he's got something pretty special going right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to mess it up for a young man.
I didn't say anything.
I'm not.
Didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Pierce grounded out to short his
Tarpon
first time
fans,
up.
The Tarpon fans are saying it.
You can say that for the fourth. Right?
In the bottom of the fourth inning. It's overcast here today, man. The clouds just won't go away. First pitch at the bottom of the fourth is hit in the air to left, right into the glove of the left fielder, Champagne. One pitch, one out. Pierce gave that one a ride, though.
Yeah, he sure did.
And now Brock Johnson will stand in. Brock was a strikeout victim his first time up. Trosclair's pitch. That one's hit in the air to right. Chasing the right fielder back. 2 pitches, 2 outs into the glove of Loop. I think that's the second straight inning the Tarpons record 2 outs on the first 2 pitches of the inning.
It is.
Now Jack Leday will stand in. Pitch. Swinging, and it's fouled into Memorial Stadium. 0-1. This player delivers an 0-1. That is a breaking pitch into the fence, and it's 0-2. Almost took out his papa's phone there. He's filming the at-bat. That was a close call. No balls and 2 strikes. Leday trying to battle back. He's behind in the count. Trosclair's pitch. Up and in. Didn't hit him. 1-2. That's got to be an uncomfortable feeling when you see that ball coming at you like that. The 1-2. In the dirt by the catcher. And it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. No one aboard in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch to Leday.
Oh.
Inside. Just missed. 3-2. Boy, that ball moved the whole line. In fact, it ended up moving too much. It moved into the inside for a ball. Peyton Trosclair goes run the ball back to Owen.
Yeah, Trosclair was 2 steps towards his dugout. That was a good pitch. Just missed.
If the Tarpons could get a base runner here, it is a full count. It's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. It is a 1-2-3 inning for CCA. We're going to the 5th. It's 7-0 Lions here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Pitch and Change brought to you by Joe Septic Contractors. On call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The Tarpons are going to get Dane Danos into the game on the mound. I think, Brian, that was just a situation of the Tarpons wanted to stay under a certain number for Austin Curall to preserve some bullets for a little later in the week, if I had to guess, because Austin really came in and didn't do anything wrong on the mound.
Yeah, I would agree. And it looks like Curall was going to go to right field. Res Due would be out the game with Danos on the mound.
Okay, there we go. Got some clarification. We were saying that the Trosklers, we were wondering if they were brothers. They are. They're twin brothers. So that's even doubly cool. You got twins that are a pitcher and catcher.
And you don't have to say the rest.
And the next part,
you don't have to say it.
Oh, they're not seniors. No, they're sophomores. Yeah. So yeah. As the Lions are going to have Peyton Troskler standing in, who's got 3 hits on the afternoon. He'll be leading off. See if Danos can pump some strikes here. Mac having an equipment problem. One of his straps came undone. Troskler, a fellow catcher, says, I got you, bud. Actually, you know what? It was his pitch comm thing that came undone. Need that. Got to be able to hear what Coach Buck is telling you. Isn't it amazing that as we await the first pitch of the 5th inning from Danos, just low 1-0, isn't it amazing that the technology has advanced to where now Mac is talking to a coach in the dugout through a walkie. Well, Mac's not talking, he's listening. But even still, that communication has changed so much. A time call, and I'm not exactly sure what the conversation is.
Well, we got a time clock. There's no time to umpire to have a conversation. Milk and cookies.
Now when the national championship game starts in an hour and a half, as that one is low, 2-0.
Yep.
Danos delivers. There's a called strike on the inside corner, 2-1. South Lafourche trying to have a clean defensive inning here, but they got to face the top of the CCA lineup because that one's low. And boy, those guys have done some damage today. And for CCA, as we await the 3-1, just chopped foul on the left side. Look, we could say it like it is. They want 3 runs here. They want to get out of here early. They want to save some arms because they've got a big week and some big games coming up. So they're going to stay aggressive, try to give themselves a chance to get out here early. The 3-2 is hit in the air on the left side, foul, out of play. So a good battle brewing between one of the Tarpon seniors and the sophomore catcher for the Lions. Pitch is lined, foul, look out, goodness. Everybody's okay, and it'll stay full. Let's go to the sponsor sheet. Ball got away. Gives us a chance to thank GIS putting people first. And Neil Small Engine in Homa, Thibodeau, and Cutoff. Visited them on Saturday. That was a fun sports corner. The 3-2. Check swing, swing to the first baseman. Got a hustle, gets the tag on him, and there's one away. So a good job there by Leday defensively, and there's one out.
Troskler didn't mean to swing on that one.
Nope. Little check swing, and whenever he makes contact, I'm sure he was hoping it would go foul, but it stayed down the first base line. As now Carson Hebert will stand in. Danos wins the battle and gets a big first out. Here's the pitch. Inside, 1-0. Hebert has been hit by a pitch, had a double to left, and a base hit to left. He swung a good bat today. That one's low, 2-0. The top of this order Not that the bottom of the order has not been good, but the top of this order has been throwing thunderbolts, man. We got a bunch of dudes who've had some really big days at the top.
And they come across the score.
Yep. The 2-0 is low, 3-0. On deck is the pitcher, Owen Trosclair. Does he have the green light? We will never know, because that one is up, and it is 4 straight out of the zone and a walk, which will lead to Owen Trosclair standing in. Owen has an infield single, been hit by a pitch, and he grounded out to the pitcher. Interesting. He is, I didn't even notice it, a lefty batter. He ain't a lefty on the mound, but a lefty batter. That's a little unique. Runner goes. That one's hit in the air into Memorial Stadium, and it's 0-1. Trosclair trying to reach safely. Danos delivers. Breaking pitch wide, 1-1. Danos takes a peek at the runner. Abear. Abear was on the move for one of the pitches, not this one, and it's outside, 2-1. Brennan Champagne is on deck, another one of the guys who's had a big afternoon for the Lions. The 2-1. Runner goes this time. It's hit right through the hole. Gloved by the second baseman. Not enough time to get it to the bag, and the runner moving heads all the way down to third. That's great execution, and I got to tell you, Brock Johnson made that play a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was a no-doubt infield single, but he actually made it a bang-bang play out there.
Yeah, that was a great hustle play by Johnson, and I wish I'd like to see that one in slow motion. Not saying that umpire made a bad call, but that was a very, very close play.
Good hustle by Abear, just never stopped running. While Johnson's fielding that ball, he just made the wide turn at second. It went all the way to third. Now Champagne will stand in. He's on the move. That's up. Mack will bluff a throw to third. It's a 1-0 count to Champagne. Infield slightly into the corners, back in the middle as that one is hit to right. That's going to be squeezed by Curall. They're coming home. Curall puts a big throw on it, and it's close, but he's in there. Boy, let me tell you something. Austin Curall just made that a very close play. It's 8-0 CCA. That was one heck of a throw, and it is an RBI sacrifice fly.
Yeah, the throw was just too high. It was
a little bit too much air.
Yeah, too much air under it. A straighter throw would have been better for him, but still close play.
Now Rogers will stand in with the score 8-0. Runner at third. Pitch. Inside corner for strike, 0-1.
Pitch by Danos.
Berg, Mack, and Dewey will be standing in for the Tarps in the home half of the fifth. One's lined just under the glove and a fair ball. So CCA is going to add on. It's 9-0. They'll fish it out there and left, and it'll be an RBI double for Rogers. Boy, there's nothing that Vedros could do there. He dove, and the ball just skipped right over the bag. And now Loop will stand in with a very big run for CCA over there at second base.
And ready to say potentially could be huge for him.
Danos' pitch. That's hit up the middle, dropping for a hit. And the lines are coming home. We got a play at the plate. They're in there, and it is 10-0. Play at second. Got him. So CCA does make it a 10-run game, and the Tarpons get out of the inning going to second to get Loop to retire the side. The Tarpons got to score a run to stay alive. It is 10-0 Lions. We'll be back in a minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Tarpon's got to score a run to stay alive. It's going to be Berg, Mack, and Resdue standing in against Trosclair, who's trying to ice this down. In the bottom of the 5th inning, thought I had a little time to get through the rest of the sponsor sheet, but I don't. So let's thank Joe Septic, on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs. Ontario Dewey, Ontario Insurance Company. We don't sell a product, we sell a service. Call us today. Tarpon has got to happen right now. Berg was a strikeout victim. Mack grounded out to third, and Dewey grounded out to short. Trosclair's first pitch. Outside, 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. One ball and one strike. That is a very good breaking pitch for a strike. 1-2. Just dropped it into the basket on the outside corner. That wind is whipping. 1-2. Breaking pitch skied in the air to center. They're chasing it down, and squeezing it is the center fielder, Abear, and there's one away. It's come a long way, but he puts it in the glove. And now Josh Mack will stand in. Mack is, as we said, grounded out to the third baseman, Dudek, his first time up. Sees a breaking pitch for a strike, 0-1. Another breaking pitch. Ooh, hard foul on the third base line. Look out. It's 0-2. Coach Guitros had to get out of the way of that one in a hurry.
Janos on deck didn't move.
The 0-2 just missed low, and it's 1-2. Now, I tell you what, not a bad spot, 0-2. We'll try it again, the 1-2. Chopped to Dudek at third, and makes a throw, and the Tarpons are going to have a base runner. I'll tell you what, I think the no-no will still be alive there, but the perfect game just went awry. The Tarpons get a base runner there on the error over at third. And now Resdue will be batted for by Dane Danos. And running for Mack is that Alamo?
Yes.
Titan Alamo. Tarpons will be trying to get that run across and extend the game. It's the pitch. Outside, 1-0.
Tarpon's got to find a way to get Alamo to touch home plate.
Yep, there's a called strike, 1-1. Player throws back. Feels like he's throwing a little harder. I think he's just kind of understanding, hey, I'm 2 outs away from getting out of here. Maybe emptying some of the reserves as that one's hit foul. Dan also will have to try to put the bat on it here. The 1-2 got a piece of it foul. It's stay 1-2. Alamo has a lead at first. The pitch by the catcher, and Alamo is going to advance to second. The catcher cannot find the ball. Now he's got it. So just a one base advance for Titan, and it'll be a 2-2 count with the runner now in scoring position. Pitch. Break-in pitch. Got him to chase. And there's 2 away. That was a really good hook. A lot of movement on that one. And now Austin Curall will stand in as the Tarpons' last hope. And there's a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 outside. 0-2. Or it's not 0-2. 1-1. What am I saying? Yeah, I knew it as soon as I said it. That was a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. My bad. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tarpons down to their final strike of the game. Trostler delivers. Swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. And that will be the end of the ball game. CCA gets a 5-inning, 10-0 win over South Lafourche. Let's catch a 2-minute commercial break. When we get back, we'll put a bow on this one with the Lions coming down the bayou and getting a victory over South Lafourche, 10-0. We'll be back in just a second on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.